Hello, I thought I would give you a little bit of a tour of my house. This is for Pat and Laura Brickson in Thief River Falls. We are about 2 miles north of St. Hilaire on Highway 32. So here's our house. And we are in the process of doing a lot of sorting, and so that's why there's a great big large dumpster in our house. So excuse that. Well, one of the beds that I'm interested in is, if you look over here to the right, is to have a bed in front of the garage. As you can see, it's one of the first things that you can see, and I'd like to be able to have that. I would like, the Bernie bush seems to be doing well there. It'd be nice to keep, and I believe that is a flowering crab. I'm not sure. I think the kids got it free in Arbor Day. We do hope within the next couple of years to also put some tar on this driveway, so that sure would be nice. I'm trying to give you an idea of what it looks like. If you look to the left of the house, you can kind of see how, actually if you look at the right, you can see that we do have a bed that we've tried to establish. And if you look to that's on the right, if you look at the left, there is nothing there. And it would be nice to have something over here on the left. There we go, there's my finger. If we continue on, if you look over to the right of the garage, I have a small garden. I did not plant one this year, but you can kind of see I have some beds that I've started with some perennials. I have an arbor. She needs to be a little bit straightened, and I have a grapevine on there. You can see I have some perennials going. Any recommendations there would be great. Our daylilies here are going to be blooming pretty quick. And if you look over here to the side, which is behind the garage, we have a little bit of rhubarb and some daylilies and hostas. I'm also sending pictures. So here's another view of the house. The main thing that I'm going to be looking for is really this main bed. A long time ago, we were gifted these Stella d'Oro lilies, which have done pretty well here. We used to have a whole bunch of lilies right here of different varieties. They just got too much, and I got sick of them. They all looked the same. And so I killed them all last year. This is the main thing that I want some help with. Also, if you look at the front steps, if you have an idea with some pavers or even just some idea, even though if you guys don't necessarily do that, I will be happy to take any sort of recommendations. Okay, and get more of an idea of this bed. So you can see it's pretty sizable. I even had an idea of maybe like a rock or a dry creek bed coming in through here and along. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not quite positive. I did try to take a look here, put a little fieldstone to kind of add some interest to it. I suppose I should probably sweep that mulch, so you have to excuse me. I've also, with these purple irises right here, it's important that either they stay or they are kept somewhere because they came from my grandfather's farm. Haven't trimmed those back yet either. Anyway, up here, this top part, I'm not as concerned as I am for the bottom. I'll give you some more look. There's the hydrangeas. I have some sedum started back down in there. I need to do a little weeding, so excuse that. Hydrangeas are doing very well there. Actually, a little too well. Now, if you're looking to the side of the house, oh, by the way, this side that you see right here, that is facing north, in case you're wondering. Of course, it's an overcast day, so it doesn't give you a very good idea of shadows. If you take a look at this side, we have not pruned our hedges this year at all. We have a plum tree. I think it needs a certain amount of staking. It seems to be leaning off to the left. It would be nice to get some advice on that. We're not getting a whole lot of fruit off of it either. And if we come around to the back of the house, we had a burning bush at one point here. It just doesn't seem to want to go. The one on the other side seems to be doing fine, but not that one for whatever reason. Once upon a time, we had some rose bushes here. And as you can see, 4 of the bushes died. The frost really did not treat us very well. We have this rose bush, which I think is a thing from like, oh gosh, whatever that giant man-eating plant they had that musical about. I'm blanking. The thing is taken over. This is another area I would like to get rid of and deal with. Oh, there's the cat. The cat saying hi. Hello. Here's another area which you guys can look at. We had a whole bunch of drain tile down in there, so we have a nice dry basement. If you take a look here against the wall, that is something that we would like to get some stone or something like that to cover that up. It's kind of raw, but some patio work right here would be great. As you can see down there, the black drain right in there, that goes all the way down, which goes into the river. As you can see, we're really close to the river. And actually, where that rough stuff starts, it keeps going probably another 20-some feet down below. Anyway, so we have the fire pit right there. But it'd be nice to have something going on in this patio, and even something that comes down from the deck. The deck this year we will be staining, but soon thereafter, that's just more of a band-aid, because we would love to be able to put in some sort of other deck situation. There's our gazebo. This is the southern exposure. I'm going to back up so you can get more of a feel for it. There's our southern exposure of our house. If you want it closer, I'm going to turn. You can kind of see the brush down to the river. Okay, as we're going to go back. But I get seasickness watching this video. Sorry about that. Anyway, here's our back beds. I don't necessarily mind this, even though this is a southern exposure. This is pretty shady right in through the area that I'm showing. Over here to the left, that gets some pretty direct sun, which is why I have my tomato plants there, which the sun came out. You could see the actual shade lines. But this seems to be doing pretty well. I've gotten some ferns from the forest just down the road. Hosta seems to be working. I was thinking about throwing in some color in there, like some purple astilbe or something like that. Has some foliage or something like that, or even throw in some annuals here and there, kind of in between the hostas and the ferns down in there. We'll have to see. A few different, I like grasses. Grasses are nice. And this is they're not doing super well, but it is coming around. We have, I think it's cotton candy hydrangea, right in here, and which has some conical pink to white flowers. And here's some annuals that we have. Okay, I'm going to come around. This year I just planted, is it lilies of the valley? This is brand new, so they're kind of, Lord only knows if they'll survive, but I wanted something along the bottom of the gazebo here. And here's the other side of the deck, which that bed kind of replicates. Now, if you take a look here, you turn to the side, this is where I'd like to have another bed. And there's a friend of mine just pulling up and honking at me. And if you take a look right here is where I'd like to have another bed. Right now I have some canna lilies from my mom, but I did not get around to planting them. And here's another view of it. So you can see this is where I'd like to have a bed. Another angle. And it would come around to about here, I suppose, where it can replicate across from that.